Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our meeting. It's good to see you all here. We got the boys basketball team in the back. How you doing, guys? Good year? Coach here? Hey, Coach, how you doing? Good, good. That's a great season. We're going to come down a little bit and talk to you guys about that. But first, we're going to get started with our meeting. We're going to open it up. So, Vin, open the meeting of May 31st, 2018. Please bring it to order.
Deputy Mayor Chair.
Here.
Council Members Long.
Here.
Napolitani.
Here.
Shepica.
Here.
And Mayor Sosiano.
Here, everybody please rise for a pledge of allegiance and then remain standing for a moment of prayer to remember our veterans who served our country so proudly. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. The Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting has been satisfied. A copy of the annual notice was sent to the Asbury Park Press, Coaster, posted in Town Hall, and filed in the office of the Municipal Clerk on December 28th, 2017. There are two exits, one to my right, which will take you out to the front parking lot, and then one in the back there where Coach is to the left, and that also meanders around and takes you out to the front parking lot. If you have a cell phone, we ask that you turn the volume down at this time. You can keep it on if you need to take pictures, that's fine. If you need to make a call, just kindly go out into the hallway there. Okay, there are two, I told you about the fire exit, we took care of that. Before we get started with you guys, we have two proclamations, but before we do that, I'm going to go down the line and ask our council members for a report. Mr. Napolitani, do you have a report for us tonight?
Yeah, this past weekend was Memorial Day weekend, and Donnie did a great job putting the ceremony together at Town Hall. Thank you very much. The Italian American Association will be giving out $30,000 in scholarships next month on the 13th of June, 3 of which are given out to Ocean Township students who study Italian for 4 years. So we're looking forward to that. We're giving out $30,000 this year.
Wow.
And that's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Great, thanks, John. That's good stuff for the club. Thank them for us again.
Absolutely.
Very generous. Donna, you have anything for us?
Yes, I have events for this weekend that are coming up. We have the townwide garage sale. It's our third annual garage sale. It's going to start on Friday, June 1st, go 2nd and 3rd. 200 homes have signed up to be a part of this. If you go to oceantownship.org, you can sign up yet for the garage sale over the weekend, or you can see who has signed up for it and where the garage sales are in Ocean Township. We also have a paper shredding event over on the Dow Avenue School on Dow Avenue from 9 to 1. It's only for residents of Ocean Township. You have to bring ID with you in order to dump your documents, but you cannot bring magazines or newspapers. They cannot be shredded. And we also, the third thing is also on Saturday, June 2nd, the bike auction is going on with the police department, and they're holding it at Joe Playa Park at 240 Whale Pond. It's behind the big white building on as you're going into the mulch pile. Back in there from 8:30 to 9 o'clock. You can go and look at the bikes, and the auction starts at 9 and goes until about noontime.
Great.
And that's it.
Great. Thank you, Donna. Give that to Rob. Sure. Rich, you have anything for us?
Yes, Mayor, I do. I want to offer some brief comments on the occasion of this past Monday's Memorial Day celebration. My comments center on the remarkable World War II heroism of Private First Class Desmond Doss. Doss was a conscientious objector who chose nevertheless to serve his country as an Army medic. The native of Virginia earned 2 Bronze Stars for saving lives in the battles of Guam and Leyte in the Philippines, but it is his incredible heroism during the Battle of Okinawa that won him the Congressional Medal of Honor. Despite being unarmed due to his strong beliefs as a Seventh-day Adventist, despite being shot himself, Doss saved the lives of over 100 fellow soldiers during that battle. To explain his bravery after President Truman pinned on him the Congressional Medal of Honor, Doss said, "I wasn't trying to be a hero. If there is a house on fire and a mother has a child in that house, what prompts her to go in and get that child? And he answered his own question. And the answer was love. I loved my men, and they loved me. I just couldn't give them up, just like a mother couldn't give up the child. Memorial Day commemorates the ultimate sacrifices made by our women and men of the armed forces. And those sacrifices were the result of a heroism sparked by love. Let that love of humanity spread across Ocean Township. Let that love of humanity spread across New Jersey. Let that love of humanity spread across America. That's my report, Mayor.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Long. Rob, anything for us
Mr.
tonight?
Mayor, I have 2 topics. The ongoing deer survey has been sent out. It's on our website. It was in the newsletter. The deadline has actually passed, but we are still compiling all the paper results. So if you get yours in quick enough, we will try to include it. It'll probably take a couple of weeks to get everything wrapped up. Once we do, we will review them and start sharing some results with you. Also, this Friday, not this Friday, June 22nd, Friday, over at Joe Playa Park Bandshell, we have the family movie Disney's Moana starting at dark.
Well,
How are we doing that?
the movie,
Food trucks are going to be there at 6 o'clock, and the movie starts at 8:30.
oh, as soon as it gets dark,
Yeah, around 8:30.
whatever time that is.
There you go. Hope to see you.
Got that.
Great.
Thank you, Mr.
It'll be a
Mayor.
lot of fun. Good. Mike, anything for us?
No report, thanks.
Welcome to Ocean Township, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you.
We weren't going to mention it, but I figured what the heck. Mike just recently moved to Ocean. Now he shares the potholes and the leaf brush pickup. He knows he's at ground zero, so he feels our pain. Marty, anything?
Well, just very well said, Mr. Long, and a thank you to Deputy Mayor Robert Chera, who apparently is the only other one who got the memo that post-Memorial Day we're going to wear casual attire.
I had other meetings. I was going
okay.
I was going to wear that
I worked
tonight.
today, so.
That was good.
I mean to. I got 2 proclamations I'm going to read, and before that, I just want to say it's a little early. I want you to save the date for next summer. We're going to celebrate our 170th birthday. Ocean Township was incorporated in February of 1849 before San Francisco. We're older than San Francisco, technically. So we're going to have a big party at Joe Playa Park where Judy and I are working out details as far as that. It's going to be at the band shell. There'll be bands. There'll be games for kids, rides, a lot of fun, food trucks, etc. We'll keep you posted as things develop. So save the date for next year. So tonight, before we honor our outstanding boys basketball team, we went 22-0. Let's hear it for those guys. That was unbelievable. I'm going to read in 2 proclamations that I'm going to sign as well. The first one is declaring June 1st, 2018 as a National Gun Violence Awareness Day. We're all aware that we want to do something as far as gun control. We know the what, the how is the conundrum, but we're all working on that. So this proclamation declares that the first Friday in June to be National Gun Violence Awareness Day in the Township of Ocean, to honor and remember all victims and survivors of gun violence, and to declare that we as a country must do more to reduce gun violence. Every day, 96 Americans are killed by gun violence, and an average thereby of about 13,000 gun homicides a year. Americans are 25 times more likely to be killed with guns than people with other developed countries. Protecting public safety in the communities they serve the mayor's highest responsibility. Support of the Second Amendment rights of a law-abiding citizen goes hand in hand with keeping guns away from dangerous people. Mayors and law enforcement officers know their communities best and are most familiar with local criminal activity and how to address it, and are best positioned to understand how to keep the citizens safe. And to help honor the 96 Americans whose lives were lost to gun violence, all are encouraged to wear orange on June 1st if they choose to wear a color, because the hunters wear orange to announce themselves to other hunters when they come out in the woods, and that's it's symbolic of the value of life of human. Anyone can join the campaign by pledging to wear orange on June 1st if you wish, the first Friday in June 2018, help raise awareness about gun violence. We renew our commitment to gun violence and pledge to do all we can to keep firearms out of the wrong hands and encourage responsible gun owners to keep our children safe. So whereas, now therefore I proclaim that I, Christopher P. Siciliano, Mayor of Township of Ocean, along with the entire governing body, do hereby declare June 1st, 2018 to be National Gun Violence Awareness Day in the Township of Ocean, and I encourage all citizens for the support of their local communities and efforts to prevent these tragedies of guns and honor the values of human lives. So we'll sign that. Oh, when we come down, you can. Yep. we're going to come down off the dais. Okay, thank you. Also, we have a support in the Click It or Ticket mobilization. We do this every year, May 21st through June 3rd. You know, about your safety belts, very important. Whereas 626 motor vehicle fatalities in New Jersey in 2017, and whereas a large percentage of the motor vehicle occupants killed in traffic crashes were not wearing seatbelts. And use the seatbelt remains the most effective way to avoid a death or serious injury in a motor vehicle crash. And whereas the National Highway Safety Administration estimates that 135,000 lives were saved by safety belt usage nationally between 1975 and 2000. And whereas the state of New Jersey will participate in the nationwide Click It or Ticket seatbelt mobilization May 21st through the 3rd of June, so be aware, in an effort to raise awareness and increase seatbelt usage through the combination of high visibility of enforcement and public education mostly. Whereas the Division of Highway Traffic Safety has set a goal of increasing seatbelt usage rate in the state from 94 to 95.5%. And a further increase in seatbelt usage in New Jersey will save lives on the roadway. So, therefore, be it resolved that the governing body, Township of Ocean, declares its support for Click It or Ticket seatbelt mobilization, both locally, nationally, from May 21st to June 3rd, and pledge to increase awareness of mobilization of benefits of seatbelts. We're going to sign that as well. Okay. And now we're going to come down from the dais. We'll do a quick photo with the National Gun folks, and then we'll call up our team. Oh, how nice. Thank you. Good. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. It was very nice. Oh, okay.
Jim, it'll be online tomorrow morning.
Okay. Thank you. Snuggling for a photo there, Rob. Here's your proclamation.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Well, I got a proclamation. Okay. Rich will hold it.
Rich is gonna hold it?
Good? Good. Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming. Great. That's good.
Thank you for doing this for us.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, we're inviting people to come from Florida. I don't know if we're allowed to or not, if people want to come to the gym second.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll announce that. There's some flyers there. If anybody's interested, they're going to have an event June.
Yeah, on Saturday, there's going to be an event from 12:30 to 3:30 at Springwood Park and Asbury Park. And we're going to have musicians and speakers and art for kids and voter registration and all sorts of good things. I just want people to know that this is Moms Demand Action, nonpartisan, grassroots, don't want to take anybody's guns away, just want common sense gun laws. It's like, yeah, mothers are drunk driving. Common sense gun laws try to take care of us and all of our kids. So come talk to us.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Good work. Thank you. Okay. I don't have my glasses, so I'm going to bring it up. No, I got it right here. Hang on. The first one's okay. So we're honored tonight to have with us a championship basketball team that had an unbelievable season. I think they had a great season last year, too, from what I understand. So I'm going to bring up Coach Sean Miller. Come on up with us first. Stand right in. Yeah, great year, Coach. So, Coach, stand right over here. I'm going to pick your brain a little bit. So, tell me about this. Nothing left, right? Hey, so tell us about this juggernaut team. You had these guys second year, first year. How did it all go?
Well, this is predominantly an 8th grade team, but 2 of them actually have been playing for me for about 2.5 years now. We got one guy that got pulled up at the end of the last season, so some of them have had more than their share of me. So, but
They seem to respond well, though.
yeah, a great group of kids, and something that I don't think I shared with them at the end of the season. One of the varsity coaches came down to our practice, and I mean, this was way at the end of the season, 4 months in, and he was just totally in awe of how hard they were working even at the end of the season. So I mean, that was the secret to the success. So
I'm going to tell you, Councilman Long and I were talking up in the workshop, and he said, boy, that RC coach must be really happy, huh? He's getting a heck of a team. He's got a lot of 8th graders coming up, and that's just the future of the high school team, of course, so the feeder program. I always ask this question when we have these 22-0 teams. There had to be some hairy scrapes along the way. Care to share any, or did you just blow everybody out by 30 points?
There's a couple of close games. That was more of our doing than anybody else. But yeah, there was a couple of very close games. Hazlitt, we only beat by 3, and they played a tremendous game against us, but we made enough plays at the end of the game, and we're pretty tough.
At halftime, down at any games?
We were losing at Neptune the first time we played them, and we ended up beating them by 13.
So
that felt like a loss.
No, but I'm going to tell you though, that's good. So how'd you rally the guys halftime? What'd you do? What was your secret pep talk?
My secret is the best teams the kids lead. Hopefully I do my job during practice, and if I do my job well enough, our leaders are going to take us to wherever they're going to go. So I was along for the ride all season long.
So you had end of the year tournament of champions?
Yeah, we played in the Run for the Roses, which is for the middle school. That's probably the most well-known tournament, end-of-season tournament in the area. Yeah, basically. And they played great throughout the entire tournament and pretty much ran.
So were you the number 1 seed?
We were the number 1 seed, yes.
And so ahead in every game there too?
Yeah, I think our closest game was maybe 13 points.
Whew, you guys are smashing it. Holy cow. Anybody shattered the backboard or anything?
Not yet. I'll give them all in a couple of years.
Good, because the schools can't afford to keep repairing. So, Coach, what we do traditionally is we have certificates, first for you, of course, for your outstanding season. And I'll read this one for you. Ocean Township Intermediate Coach Sean Miller, 8th grade boys championship team, conference champions, Run of the Roses champions, and undefeated season, 22-0. Let's hear it for Coach for keeping it together. So I'm going to present you with that, and to the moms and dads also, you guys are the assistant coaches unofficially because you're keeping those guys together before practice, before games, after games, all that stuff and all the drama that goes on with families and children and sports, and we all get it. And so let's hear for the folks too, because you do a lot. So, because it's my tradition and custom to mess up every name, I'm going to hand you the certificates, Coach, and have you call up each player and then say a little something about them. We wrote out pretty much what you gave us as well, though.
Okay.
And then we're going to ask you guys, when you're called, stay up here. We're going to do a group shot after. So we want you to do this. One on this side, one on that side. Got it? Short one's over here. Yeah, stay in front of Mr. Achara.
Just for individual accomplishments, I mean, all I can say about this team is collectively throughout the entire season they all worked so hard. So, I mean, that's going to be my generic answer for everybody. But Cord Burzen, one of our hardest workers, our big guys. Ethan Brower, a resident Duke fan. Paul Destin, sharp dress Paul.
You're just better than Deputy Mayor.
Closet. Anthony D'Addario, another one of our great competitors.
Great job, great
One of our 7th graders that we pulled up at the end of the season that came in and gave us a good month's work of hard work, Tyler Douglas.
Great. Great time.
Not quite yet. I'm going to hold it over. Zach Emery, who who had one of the greatest shooting performances I've ever seen. 8 for 8 from 3
Wow.
in one game.
24 bombs, huh?
Steph Curry would be proud.
Yeah.
Let's hope Seth does it tonight.
Actually, CJ Flanagan is another 7th grader that we pulled up. He actually wasn't able to be here tonight.
Let's
So,
hear it for CJ.
CJ, thank you very much. Another one of our 7th graders that we pulled up at the end of the season, Shane Garrett. Tremendous hard worker.
Great job, Shane.
Good job, Shane. You really did separate him by height.
Yeah. He knows.
You did go by height.
Yeah, that's good.
They love when the wrestling team comes in because they're all the same size.
So, this is one of the guys that got pulled up at the end of his 6th grade season. So he dealt with me for 2.5 years and it has definitely been one of our team leaders. He was named to the Run for the Roses all-tournament team, and he was one of our representatives to the league all-star game. Isaac Hester.
Wow. Great job, Isaac. Congratulations.
Good job, Rev.
Hey, Richie.
So the next guy knows where to go now, right?
Another one of our 8th grade leaders that gave us tremendous minutes throughout the season, Justin McMahon.
Justin.
And maybe the best hairstyle on the team. Good job, buddy. This is our 4th 7th grader that we had up on the team. He actually played with us all season. He was also named to the all-tournament team and Run for the Roses. Zach Cookie Meeks. Yeah, he likes cookies. My boy. Well, if you ask him, he says he's 6'8".
You play 6'8".
I heard he dunked. Coach, he said he dunked.
Look, 6 feet.
He wants to dunk next year. Another one of our big guys that really helped us out throughout the season. Actually, he turned that Neptune game around for us, I think, in the second half. Ashton Mejias.
Great season.
Good job, buddy. Another one of our team leaders. This is the other guy that's been playing with me for 2.5 years, so hopefully there's not too many mental scars on him. But he was named to the all-tournament team and tournament MVP and the other league all-star for us, Corey Miller. This is a guy that came in and actually surprised a lot of us with his athleticism and his activity, and just such a positive kid throughout the entire season, and actually broke his arm in the last game of the season. So, Brent Shaflin.
He really gave it all.
Yeah, he did.
Good job, man. Great season.
He's all healed. He played lacrosse. Another one of our team leaders, he got pulled up at the end of last season. So he's played about a season and a month or two with me, Aiden Tysony.
Nice. Went for basketball instead of wrestling, right?
Special soccer player too. So
Oh, awesome.
is this
Double threat.
is this last but not least?
We don't have any more.
Last but not least, one of our hardest workers in practice and on the floor, Jack Shaq Zabarski. He's our big man. Good job, Jack.
That's a great year, Coach. Great year, guys. Fantastic. Let's hear it for him. And the good news is looks like you got quite a few 7th graders coming back, which was a smart move, getting them in the lineup and working them in because, you like to have another run at the Roses, right?
It would be fun.
All right, let's gather in for a group shot, everybody. Come on in. These guys right here, everybody else on the side of me. Come on, right in front. It's all right. Right. We got to tighten it up.
Rob, why don't you get a ball and kneel in front?
He's going to reap the benefit.
Don, you want the big guys to take a knee in the front? We'll clean up the corners.
We're only blocking you guys out.
Listen, you're on TV, everybody. We do take these.
Look at everybody next to Rob.
What's that, Don? Marty?
Nothing, Rob.
You should see the kids standing behind you. It's actually pretty funny.
Did you ever see my picture of Aaron Judd?
No.
I left my uniform in the car.
I showed it to you.
Take a school board meeting. I just traded it to come here. Glutton for punishment.
Actually watched the game. They had a Fox.
He zoomed in on you, left everybody else out.
This is the judge and the third baseman.
All right. Good job, everybody. Let's hear it again for the champs. Nice. Thanks, Coach. Good job. Thank you. Yeah. Now.
Good group of kids. Thank you very much. Thanks again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Come back next year.
You'll definitely see him.
Okay. At this time, we are going to take a short recess and give you guys a chance to go home if you want to do your homework. If you care to stick around and watch more of the show, you're welcome. Remember, guys, tonight's meeting is also taped on television, so you can watch it twice a day at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Channel 22 if you have Fios, 77 if you have Cablevision, or go to the website. You can watch it probably tomorrow morning. It'll be online. You can watch it, share it, etc. So thank you guys all for coming.
It's a good group of kids, it looks like.
You can tell.
They actually look like they enjoy.
They enjoy each
Yeah.
other, good
Yep,
camaraderie,
yep, yep.
and play a little team ball.
Mm-hmm.
The varsity coach got to be.
He's got to be
jumping for joy.
salivating.
Oh, no question about it. These kids, you see how tall these kids are? They're
I
not
said
done-
that. We were
they're not
joking.
done growing.
All seriousness, we were joking about the couple that were standing behind Rob. These kids are monsters. This kid over here, holy good God Almighty! I want to know what he eats for dinner.
Let me tell you something. There's some tall 8th graders, bro.
Absolutely. Look at a kid in the pink.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, come on. Are you kidding?
To Derek.
Who was that?
Her mother owns her mother is Roseanne.
Which one's?
Her son is the one in the black and white.
Where's Roseanne's? Oh, that's nice.
She walked out. But her other daughter, it lives 2 doors from me, and she lives right around the corner from me in the same neighborhood here. Roseanne's other daughter.
Oh, really?
She has 2 daughters, and the other one I know a little bit better because she's working. She's working for a month right now, a couple hours. But I was there from 1990, September 1990 when they opened.
Got it?
They opened in, I think,
Nick
July.
was there when he was like,
I don't know if I have him money told.
Something like that.
There he is.
So,
I'll send it to you tomorrow. I'm gonna not pick up the phone.
and then his,
I'll just send it to you. I'll just send it to you. You don't have to call me.
never worried. Did you let drop our kid
nope.
there?
Oh, Desmond
And
Brooks.
Rita, the other owner, she was fabulous. She's still a good friend. And her husband and Henry both work in the food industry.
Mel Gibson did a movie on that. You know Mel Gibson did a movie on that.
Roseanne's.
Mel Gibson.
Mel
What?
Gibson did a movie on that guy.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Great. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to remember the name, but I can't remember the name of it.
During the summer, he's a lifeguard.
I'm looking for you, Robbie, right now.
On the website.
What we got to do?
I got the over. The girls are in their 40s. We're going to pull up first resolution.
Okay.
Jenna is
When you're
47.
ready.
So this is
As soon as they walk out.
Coach might get that stressed.
All right, take care, folks. Thank you guys for coming.
I think that was
Okay, we're back in session. So, the purpose of this public portion is to solely ask questions, understand resolutions, and vouchers that appear on an agenda is not an occasion for a public hearing on an ordinance. All questions not related to an item on this agenda should be asked during the public comments portion at the conclusion of the meetings. Does anybody have anything on any of the ordinances, any of the minutes or resolutions that appear on the agenda? Please come up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Okay, so you're hearing no one. Tonight we have on the consent agenda minutes for the May 10th, 2018 workshop. Someone please offer.
I'll offer, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Second.
Deputy Mayor Chair.
Yes.
Council members Long.
Yes.
Napolitani.
Yes.
Shepherd.
yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, also we have resolutions. We're going to hold 18094, but we will have resolutions 18095 through 18102. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second.
Second.
Deputy Mayor Chair.
Yes.
Council members Long.
Yes.
Napolitani.
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, and for individual actions, we have resolutions 18099. Authorize the tax collector to issue a refund to the following taxpayers who have overpaid their property taxes. Block 126, Lot 5, $115, and Block 34, Lot 3.02, $3,507.80. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second.
Second.
Deputy Mayor Chair.
Yes.
Council members Long.
Yes.
Napolitani.
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, 18100. State in compliance with promulgation of local finance board on the state of New Jersey accepting the 2017 annual audit for the Township of Ocean, which came back with a 0 recommendation, means it was a nice, clean budget. Everything was great. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second.
Second.
Deputy Mayor Chair.
Yes.
Council members Long.
I want to say congratulations to Steve Gallagher, who is our Chief Financial Officer, and to his staff, doing a great job, and it's a real help to the Township of Ocean to have our budget in such excellent order. I gladly vote yes.
Councilmember Napolitani.
I echo those sentiments that Councilman Long just said, and the fact that Ocean Township is a very fiscally sound town that we live in. I also vote yes.
Councilwoman Shepherd.
And I vote yes also.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes. 18101. Approve Chapter 159 budget amendment the following. A Sustainable Grant 2018 Environmental Resource Inventory. We received a one of only 4 towns out of 400 that received this $20,000 grant. And a job well done to Mr. Mike Davenport of our Environmental Commission for putting this all together and really getting that going for us. And Renee Emilio, who we're going to miss sorely, who had just recently resigned from the Environmental Commission. Those two were really led the charge on this and got us into the sustainable grant, and we're able to realize that from Sustainable Jersey, and we thank PSE&G for being a sponsor of that as well. So we're proud to be one of 4 communities in the state to receive the $20,000 grant. So I just want to mention that. Someone please offer 18101.
I'll offer.
Second.
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Chair.
Yes.
Council members Long.
Yes.
Napolitani.
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes. At this time, does anybody have anything from the public? Please come up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Anything germane to Ocean Township business or anything that concerns you? Babies are welcome.
Yes, sorry, she's so
That's fine. She's good so far.
so far. Hi, I'm Sarah Webb. I live at 1211 Allenhurst Avenue. Just to bring up the topic of the flooding and drainage issue on our street and on Allaire. I just have a few comments from residents and myself. This past weekend, we had another flood on Allenhurst and Allaire due to drainage issues that have been known by the town for at least 5 years, and nothing has been done. I've personally written emails during some of the heavy rainfalls with pictures to people in the Ocean Township office with very little response and no results. Some have said the drain problem is due to a neighbor that is not wanting the town to dig in their yard to fix the problem, but at some point the drainage problem like this becomes a public health and safety concern. On top of property damage that our home and others have experienced from this broken or backed up drainage pipe, emergency and police vehicles are not able to drive through the street. A police car actually was towed the last time a flood happened and had to be towed out. I'm sure that's expensive for you guys to replace a car as well. There are times when the rain has stopped but the water continues to rise. Then, as if someone hits a switch, hours later the rain finally goes down the drains, but the damage has still been done. Ocean has showed that it has addressed drain issues in the past, but for some reason ours has been overlooked, and year after year we endure unnecessary flooding. So I speak on behalf of the residents on our street and on Alair, and we would like a timeline and some kind of resolution to this problem.
Okay. So once again, this problem does come up every time there's heavy rainfall.
Yeah.
And it's hard to cope with in a lot of areas of town, not just yours. Logan Road was closed down, Whale Pond Road, several other roadways also experience difficulty draining. A part of the problem, I'll say this, and it's a very, very expensive fix. Not that that's the reason we wouldn't do it, but we're talking the multi-million dollar engineering feat. The town was built, especially that area, Hog Swamp area, over 50 years ago with 15-inch pipes that cannot handle this amount of volume that we're experiencing now with the build-out of the town and the impervious coverage. We need 24-inch pipes or maybe larger. And it's not just, we can just do it tomorrow for you and connect that 24-inch pipe to another 15-inch pipe.
Yeah.
There's miles of that 15-inch pipe that need to go directly to where it can drain properly and really help ameliorate your situation. So, again, we'll bring it to our engineer and see what they can come up with that's that's the long-term solution. The temporary fix is what we can offer you, and they come in, they look at your yard, they clean out the drain, but that's the reality of it. And we're working on it. If there's somehow we can get a state grant or something to.
I was about to say, do we go to the state for this?
We petition them all the time for stuff. So as much as you come to us, we go to them. They go. So, it's like a vicious circle. But we're probably not the only ones crying about our flooding issues. Eatontown and every town around probably had the same situation. Not that it makes your problem go away or our problem go away. It's really our problem. But that's where we're at with that. So we will. See what we can address. I can't give you a timeline on when it can be fixed. We'll have to have our engineers come out again and see what he can write up and submit again to the state and see what we can do.
Okay.
The town manager has noted the problem.
Yes.
He noted it, so he's going to have it addressed by our engineer.
I know it's a headache and everything.
And for you guys, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been riding the roads for over 50 years. I understand.
Yeah. So the quick fixes, I have no idea what that would.
Probably cleaning out the lines, to maybe help them drain better, but that's good for 2 to 3 inches. At 4, even a nice clean 15-inch pipe's not going to handle the volume.
It's the oddest thing. They seem to work, but just hours in the afternoon.
It drains, by 1 o'clock, like that storm, by 1 o'clock we could have moved all the cones.
Okay.
But while it was happening, it was my backyard. I'm on Park Boulevard, so I had 4 inches the whole time, watching closely, making sure I didn't lose my furnace
Yes.
and hot water heater again in my crawl space. So, but that's a lot of folks in town. We're all trying to figure out how to solve this problem.
Okay. All right.
But thank you for coming, and
no problem.
and
Absolutely.
tell the folks we do understand their problem.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Donna? Even though we know you, state your name and address for the
I know
record.
you know me. Donna Yasser, Pinewood Avenue in Oakhurst. I have just one follow-up to that comment, and me, I'm usually a green grass kind of girl. I'm orange tonight. If a 15-inch pipe can't handle the development and the building out, and it's too expensive to fit, maybe we curb the development and the loss of impervious space that is causing that to be an issue. I know that there's a lot behind that, but to me that was kind of like, if the town infrastructure can't handle it,
Right.
let's not do it.
Right.
Just an idea. I'm actually coming with an idea for money on the table. More importantly, money on the streets. It's public works kind of a thing. Driving around for years and years, and you notice this more and more because people have lawn services. Any day of the year, all year round, you drive down any street, you're going to find something on the curb that shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's garbage, it's brush, it's grass. There's
Grass
a lot of
clippings.
grass out there right now. There's leaves, okay? The town always comes by and picks it up. I was helping a neighbor landscape their yard a few weeks ago, and I was cutting down trees, literally in branches, and I'm putting them all out on the street. And the lawn service comes one day and whips through and does their thing, and they're blowing all their leaves on top of my branches. And I was like, no, you can't do that. They go, oh, we can do anything, they'll take it anyway. So my question is, we have these rules, a bunch of us try really hard to abide by them, nobody else does. Why don't we just have little doorknob hangers in every public vehicle in this town And if you see something and you know it's not supposed to be there, you march up to that front door, you hang onto the door hanger, and you say, "Yo, you can't do
You know,
this."
we used to have those.
Yeah, right.
They used
And
to
now
go
I know
up
there's,
and put 'em
there's,
up,
there's
I
like
remember,
letters,
20
right?
years ago.
And the letters a lot of times are based on malicious complaints. A friend of mine that just happened to her first week in May, she hadn't cut her lawn yet, and she got this letter with the fine. Meanwhile, there's 5 other houses on the street with longer grass. So that to me is not, the call and complaint thing doesn't work as well. But yeah, I mean, why not? The sewer authority has it. The police have it. You have it. You see grass at any point on the street, boom. Not brush pickup, boom. Not bulk trash week, boom.
Right.
And think of the revenue. And then it also saves you because you're not sending the trucks back out, the personnel back up to pick all that stuff up off season. So just a thought that I have pretty much every time I drive down my road.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thought I'd finally come up and share it. And again, it's financially a good thing, a little revenue.
We even have some people, you talked about things on the curb. The manager knows because he's heard from me. We have people that put their cars on the curb, actually park with 2 tires over the curb. I'm very much opposed to that.
Yeah.
And the manager knows that I've reported that. And suddenly the behavior improved and the people started to park next to the curb instead of over the curb. So you're 100% right.
That works. So anyway, just thinking it's a cheap way to save some money and gain some
Yeah.
money.
And
Don't
bring
tell my
awareness
neighbors.
to it,
Don't
right.
tell my neighbors I said any of that.
No, you televise. Hopefully they don't watch
What was
TV.
that number on Pinewood? What was that number on
watched it.
Pinewood?
Donna, yes. Donna, yes, sir.
Agree with you.
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Now's your opportunity before we close. Why not? Why not?
Hello. I'm pretty sure we getting to know each other a little bit more now. Jack Maney, live on Maplewood Avenue in
Yes.
Oakhurst. I did notice there were a lot of flooding problems, so just another person that adding my voice to the choir. That maybe when someone comes and does some large development, we should have a fund that goes towards infrastructure improvements that they have to pay into, so that, let's say it's a percentage of the project costs for them, and so that way, whether you're building a a $100,000 home or a $50 million development, everyone pays let's say 0.1% of that to this fund, and then that goes to infrastructure improvements for drainage and power, or water, sewer, whatever you need. Just an idea.
Yeah. Always good ones. We always get the good ones from the audience. We got you. We can hear you, Jack. Yeah.
Next thing was, I was approached by some residents of Long Branch about their internet problems because they only have Comcast as an
Mhm.
option, which is the worst company in the world. Thankfully, we don't have that here.
In his opinion, we don't want you to anybody.
We don't want to get sued here.
Opinion.
They approached me to speak at their council meeting regarding how to develop a fiber network, a community fiber network. So my idea was, if they wanted to go ahead with something like that, would you be amenable to having them come into the town and building it out in the town? Maybe not at a cost to you, but just allowing them access, to deploy the network.
Well, certainly invite them in to sit and speak with our engineer and our town manager and our community development personnel. Absolutely, to hear what they had to say and how it would work and what it would mean to us. I'll say this. We have 2 franchises that come into town here. Verizon's here almost 80% of the town, and Cablevision, which is now Altice. And we receive a franchise fee from them to come in here, and it's quite a bit. So usually if a cable provider or somebody providing internet or something, that would probably have to be established as well.
Well, generally, a community network is not making a profit because it's run by a government entity.
Mm-hmm.
So, most of the
Oh, as a community network, gotcha.
right. So most of the time it would be, something less than half the cost of a comparable service.
But what are they broadcasting? Just public?
It's
Just a route.
you can get regular television service if you wanted.
But you're going to get internet on it?
Internet service and phone service.
Internet, which has advertising. Okay. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking it out. Okay.
Does it operate under the auspices of the Board of Public Utilities?
I'm not sure as to the exact nature because I don't think there's any network in New Jersey. They have them in other states. It really falls under like FCC jurisdiction.
Oh, okay.
And the BPU I don't think they do anything with like telecommunications.
Well, like I said, you could set up a meeting, have them come in and call my office, talk to Adrian, and she'll set something up. Good job. There's more?
I don't think so.
You sure?
Okay.
Can you think of anything else?
What, you want to keep me?
No, yeah. We enjoy your company. You're a great conversation. Now, we'll let you go home, watch the game. All right, thanks, Jack.
Oh, yeah, game's on.
Anybody else? Doc, you have anything for us? And Doc, we want to recognize Doc here, a veteran as well. And we thank you for your service this time of year. Thank you.
I thought he was with Her Majesty's Secret Service. I thought he was
007, licensed to
I
kill.
was on Her Majesty's service. I gave up the place house.
Did you take notice of the monuments?
I was just going to say that. I was going to thank you for having that cleaned up. It looks wonderful. And at least the ships now know where to go.
Oh.
And the two in the front were cleaned also.
That I haven't seen. I come in on
Yeah.
that side.
Well, there was mold and stuff on those, and then we had them cleaned also.
I'm sure you did a wonderful job. Thank you.
You will.
Have we done anything else about getting stop signs off Route 18 when you come on to 66? I rode this up several times.
Mm-hmm. We sent the state, the DOT, right?
Haven't heard back yet. I'll try them again.
You know, and the trouble is, we have to acknowledge people are now going into Asbury Park through that way, and the traffic is a lot heavier than it was. And I've seen some scary things
Sure.
when I travel down 66. Just want to bring it to your attention.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doc.
Okay. All right, Doc.
Anybody else? No, seeing or hearing no one. Someone please make a motion to close.
Motion.
Second.
Deputy Mayor Chair.
Yes.
Council members Long.
Yes.
Napolitani. Oh, Shepherd.
Yes.
And Mayor Sosiana.
Yes, meeting adjourned. Thank you all for coming. Remember, we air twice a day, 10 o'clock and 7 p.m. Channel 22 via Files, 77 for Cablevision. Good night, everybody.